Hello, this is Diana. This is my Trailblazers of the Universe YouTube channel. On my channel, I'm helping you fearlessly and unapologetically live your best, most authentic life. I am helping you break through your barriers and transcend any limitations you may have. If that sounds good to you, make sure to hit those like and subscribe buttons. And before we get started, I also offer intuitive transformational coaching. So if you need intuitive guidance, motivation, and support on your spiritual healing and or self-improvement journey, my contact information is in this video description as well, along with my Facebook group, Instagram, and TikTok links. Today's weekly intuitive message is new levels, new devils. Anytime you're making big positive changes in your life, and this could be in any area, maybe you're at your next level of your healing, maybe you're stepping more into your purpose, maybe you're growing your business, maybe you're just improving yourself, living a healthier lifestyle. Maybe you're healing from addictions, trauma. You left that toxic relationship. Maybe you're breaking the generational curses and trauma in your family. Or maybe you're healing inner child wounds. Maybe you're healing relationships in your life, whether it's family, romantic relationships, friendships. Maybe you're at the next stage of your spiritual journey. Maybe you're having a spiritual awakening. Whatever the case may be, you're improving and elevating in some kind of way. In my last week intuitive message, I said the bigger the purpose, like the bigger moves you're making, the bigger dreams you have, right? The more opposition you're going to face. So in a similar sense, when you're at this new level, you're evolving, you're going to have a new set of challenges. And also comes the new devils. And devils could come in the form of like temptations, distractions. There are going to be a lot of things that are going to try to throw you off your purpose, throw you off your journey, throw you off your healing. There's going to be tests from the past because that was your stronger vibration, right? If that was probably the old you, or you probably had some kind of awakening, some kind of maybe even traumatic experience, or you just went through a lot of suffering and hardships and struggles, right? And you came out on top, or you're choosing to let go of that and be a different version. That vibration of that old version and the past thoughts, feelings, and even behavioral patterns, right, was very strong. So strong that it manifested your reality the way it was, right? So when you're trying to do something new, you're taking on a new identity, that vibration of that reality of the thoughts, feelings, and actions, which is what manifests your reality, right, is in belief systems, is maybe a little bit weaker than the old self, right? So you're going to have these things come up. Like I say, they're pretty much tests. Are you going to be this new version or not? It'll be people from the past. It could be exes. It could be family members triggering you. If you're trying to eat healthier, right, the person's going to offer fattening food. If you're dealing with addictions, maybe you're in a situation where you're tempted to use substances or someone's offering something to you. Or maybe you're just trying to heal and do better, and then you have an old pattern come back up, like an old trigger that usually triggers you to behave in that old toxic behavioral pattern. So that's very normal. That happens a lot. And as someone that went through addiction and has done a lot of healing and self-improvement and shadow work, that happens almost every time. And even when I started my YouTube channel, I'm starting to grow my business, right? Even things with my family, there'll be little things that used to trigger me that maybe I haven't completely healed from, or maybe I'm still working on and I find challenging, right? They come up. It's like clockwork almost. And it can be a pain, and it can be like, oh, why is this coming up again? I thought I was doing so good. Or you might have even behaved in an old toxic pattern you thought you healed from or moved on from. You can feel like you're almost going backwards, but you're not. It's a test, and it's only a mistake if you didn't learn something. So even if this trigger came up, whatever came up, a temptation, a distraction came up, and you gave into it, and you went back into an old pattern, it's okay. Awareness is the key to change. You just learn from it, and you make the better decision next time as your new version. How would that version, this new version that I'm trying to shift into, that I'm starting to take action on, I'm starting to think, feel, and act like, how would they think, feel, and act, right? You want to be in alignment with that if you want that reality, if you want that life for yourself. So you're always going to face opposition, and you're that new version. You're going to have more challenges. Like for me, I'm growing as a content creator, and I'm doing more healing work on myself. Okay, we passed that level. Now the next level is going to have a new set of challenges, and they're going to be probably more difficult. And they're also difficult because, like, you haven't had a point of reference, like, you haven't experienced this before, right? So it can be kind of scary going outside your comfort zone. You have new challenges that are coming up, new triggers, new fears you didn't know you have, because it's out of your comfort zone. And especially The longer you were that old version, you know, and now you're becoming a new version, especially if you're a little bit older, it can be a lot because you want to almost go back into your old self because it feels comfortable, but you know that it was miserable there and you can't grow anymore there, right? You were miserable and it's not aligned anymore. So sometimes you're in a transition period, right? So during that transition period, you're going to have a little bit of your old reality, your old self, and a little bit of your new self, but you have to keep thinking, feeling, acting like that new self. And you're going to have the devil's going to come up. The people that are going to try to bring you down. The distractions that are going to try to throw you off your path. You're going to have more triggers and fears and stuff are going to come up because it's like your subconscious also wants to keep you safe, right? So it's going to probably come up with reasons why you should self-sabotage, reasons why you shouldn't move forward and do this. Oh, you can't do this. All the limited negative belief systems you have from the past are going to come up. Oh, you can't do this. Oh, I'm not good enough. Oh, like you're never going to move past this. Oh, you're never going to heal from this. Oh, this is never going to improve. You know, whatever part of your life that is. And sometimes it could come up in different areas. Sometimes you could be making improvement in like your spiritual self or your healing, and then something will come up in your relationship. Something will come up, friendship, family member, maybe a job, or like it all commingles, right? Because the way you're identifying the new self is how you're going to be in all areas. I can make better improvement in one area of my life, but the other area I feel a little bit weaker because maybe I had more negative experiences in that area of my life, or more trauma or something like that. And these devils, and like I said, it doesn't always have to be people that are evil. It could just be like people that are connected to your old self, people trying to bring you back into how you used to be, or into bad habits, into old patterns, right? This could come in many forms. A lot of it's just distractions, and distractions could be in the form of like just anything like pleasures, addictions, overindulging in something, like anything that's going to throw you off your path. Or if you're an empath, you can have things that are tugging more on your heartstrings, or people that are negatively influencing you, that are like trying to bring you down more, or that are just draining your energy. Sometimes when you're trying to do your purpose and you're trying to do bigger things, sometimes you have people trying to drain your energy in different forms. Especially like me, I'm a content creator. I have that happen a lot. People will try to make comments on my videos, or just try to throw me off. Like I'll be trying to make a video or something that's going to inspire people, and then like someone's trying to call me, or some kind of issue comes up, or a trigger, or something, a technical issue, right? A lot of these are tests. It's like, how are you going to act? And even if challenges do come up, it's not about the challenge itself. It's about how you handle the challenge. You could have the worst situation come up, the worst trigger, and are you able to respond as that new version? These are all tests, but the more you pass these tests, and the more you learn from them, even if you do go backwards or don't make the decision that was in alignment with that new version, it's okay, you're learning, and that's how you evolve. Because then next time you're like, oh man, I see how this threw me off last time. I see how this negatively affected me last time. I see how I let this bring me down. I didn't set a boundary. I didn't just stay on my path. I didn't put myself first, you know. And it's like, you can't get from an empty cup either. That's another thing that came up. So stay on your path, and challenges are good. Because if you're being challenged, it means you're evolving. If you're not being challenged, you aren't evolving. That's my intuitive message. And stay on your path, keep going, remember your why, and you're doing better than you think. And don't let anyone bring you down, or anything bring you down. And if things do come up, you do have the capability to handle them. I'm sure you've handled worse situations before. And just keep going, keep making that better choice. These things are going to come up and trigger you, make you feel maybe unstable, or they're trying to throw you off, right? Sometimes you gotta sit back and pause before you respond, or before you act, and think before you act, because it's almost on autopilot to act as like that old version of yourself. So pausing and really thinking, is this in alignment with where my life wants to go, my highest self, my best self, right, or not? And then think, feel, and act according to that. And sometimes you have to set boundaries. Sometimes you have to step away from situations. Sometimes you need to take a breather, maybe go meditate, go on a walk outside or something. You know, when you're making these changes, and stabilizing your nervous system really helps as well. And like grounding, breath work, exercise, things like that. So that's all I have for today. Make sure to subscribe, like, comment, and share if it resonates. Have a good day. Namaste.